Well, just recently, the son of the soul food restaurant Sweetie Pies, uh, James Timothy Norman, is actually charged with a murder for hire for his nephew over the insurance money.
What is this about?
So basically, okay, so there's it's a TV show. It's a reality show called Sweetie Pies. It's a soul food restaurant.
I'm not hip to it. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a soul food restaurant. There's a bunch of them. It's a chain called Sweetie Pies. The owner, she was actually one of Ike and Tina Turner's backup singers.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
And she has a son who I've actually interviewed before. Me and him kept in contact at one point. He seemed like a cool dude to me. They're saying that he obtained a $450,000 life insurance policy on his 18-year-old nephew, and he essentially did a murder for hire to try to collect on that money.
Damn. That's sad. That's so fucked up. Like, that's so fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that serious, man. Like, but apparently to him it was, but it's just not that serious, yeah. Like, well, when people do this type of shit, like, what makes them think that their life is gonna have any kind of prosperity? Like, when you do this kind of evil to people, man, like, that's crazy to me. Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of that, 2 people have been arrested for Jam Master Jay's murder.
Yeah, I saw that.
And one of them, and I actually got some background story on this because I know someone that's close to the situation. One of them was Jam Master Jay's godson.
That's cool.
He's basically like Jam Master, Run DMC's main bodyguard, had a son, and Jam Master Jay became the godfather of that son. So he was always around. And they're saying he's one of the 2 men involved in Jam Master Jay's murder. And when you look at his Instagram page, he's posing next to a bunch of Jam Master Jay murals and, talking about, I miss my godfather and all this other type of shit.
Yeah, knowing he had something to do with it. That's so fucked up, man. That's so cold. But Jay, a lot of people don't know, Jay was a street dude, man. Like Jay I think he was still hustling and things like that. And it's still tragic no matter how you cut it, but they probably was trying to rob him, you know what I'm saying?
Well, apparently the story is that Jay was involved in some sort of a cocaine distribution situation, and then he pulled out of it, and I guess maybe they lost a bunch of money around it or something like that, and this was like a retaliation. It's a damn, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a damn shame that someone on the caliber of a Jam Master Jay has to get back into drug selling in order to maintain
a certain type
of lifestyle. Because although Run DMC was not in his heyday at that point, he's still an iconic figure. He still was getting DJ gigs.
It's shameful. That's shameful to me on Russell and them, you know what I mean? Because like, Run DMC was Def Jam, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Run DMC, LL Cool J.
Well, Run DMC technically was not on Def Jam. They were managed by Russell, but they're on Profile Records, I think.
All right, but
they technically, but it was a very strong connection.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying, though. They, Russell, was a big part of their career, right? And I'm sure the money he made managing them went to that label too. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's sad, bro. But that's how people are. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't really give a fuck, man. Like, they don't give a fuck about you at the end of the day. Because the fact that he had to even be in that lifestyle, like, that's shitty to me.
Yeah, but a lot of times, like, you get addicted, you get used to a certain type of lifestyle. And I'm wondering if that happened to the son of the Sweetie Pies restaurant, that like you just get used to a certain type, the money's coming, you get used to a certain type of lifestyle and it dries up.
Sometimes that happened too, but then a lot of times, like for a guy like Jay, he probably was kind of, forced by circumstance, you know what I'm saying? Like to be in that lifestyle, you know what I mean? He probably had all types of child support and other type of shit going on that in order to maintain his livelihood, he probably had to. You know what I mean? Because he was a great dude. Like, if you ever knew him personally, I toured with him before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, I had like, we toured for like a few months when he had J.O. Felony. You know, he the one put J.O. Felony out too.
Oh, right. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
And I had his Rolex like the whole tour. He actually forgot, you know, and then when we came off tour, like I had reminded him, he was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But I had his Rollie on the whole tour, like he just totally forgot about it. He was a good dude, like super down to earth dude, well respected by street cats everywhere that I went with him. You know what I'm saying? Even here in Las Vegas. Like we put up in the projects and shit. Like on the real, he knew some cats over there. It was crazy, but just a great guy, man. Like he was.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at any documentaries about Run DMC, Jam Master Jay was the dude that really influenced their whole style and everything else like that. Like before Jam Master Jay came around, they were wearing like these like white, like rainbow suits and like some crazy looking shit. And he came in with like, yo, like that black leather shit, that's what all the street dudes in Queens were wearing. So they adopted his style.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was like the street dude that really like kind of held down. You know, and
yeah, because Run them, they were like a preacher's son, right? Like Run and yeah. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, well, Run and Russell Simmons are brothers.
Right.
And they came from a nice, they
came from some different shit.
You know, DMC. You know, I went to St. John's University. Like,
right.
There was no rappers talking about going to college.
Right.
These were nice middle class kids, and then Jam Master Jay came in. Like, all right, this is how we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Man, fucking sad.
So tragic.
To think that it's someone that close to you also is like.
But it usually is, man, and under those circumstances, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what people really don't consider, man, because that lifestyle, you know, it breeds that type of shit in people, especially when people see you clocking that type of money and they not getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. R.I.P. J, man. JMJ.